Hey, what is going on, ladies and gentlemen? I'm Piglet here once again, and I'm Sonic the Hedgehog here. We are back for some more of yet again for the likes of the Moxie Toys videos. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back for more of Let's Play of Mario Party 10 for the Nintendo Wii U. So yesterday we have managed to showcase off the rest of the final few mini-games that we have not seen in the entirety of the Let's Play, which, fundamentally speaking, that's quite a lot of unseen mini-games that we have not shown you guys for the majority of the Let's Play itself. So today, we're about to begin the finale in terms of the forms of our Let's Play of Mario Party 10, and that is trying to be mainly focusing on Toad's Room that we can show you guys off from it. Before we get on to that, actually, Sonic, is the fact that there's one little thing that we totally forgot to mention about something, and that is the forms of that little bottom left corner, not just the amiibo thing right there as you can see on screen, but rather amiibo bonus. And what that means, that as soon as we're able to get our Wii pointer working, and especially notable with our Wii remote is about to be awakened, then we can able to get ourselves some bonuses by using the Wii amiibo. And then we can only scan the Mario Party 10 lineup of amiibos. That way you would able to actually get yourselves a special base. Which, for instance, since we've actually once again scanned Toad as the glorious amiibo front, that way we can able to actually change the bases up depending on what amiibo figure you'll be scanning through, such as, of course, for example, we got ourselves a star base. So that means you can able to change up to likely, I think there are about 18 bases in total, so you can change it to either the star, the baseball, or the tire, or even a gold base that we've recently got throughout the whole entire years for this raid. So even then there's a nice little distraction, I suppose. But then, as soon as you're able to get yourselves your not Mario Party 10 amiibos, but rather if you got yourselves the random Super Smash Bros. Amiibo lineups, like for instance, I got myself my very own Sonic amiibo. If we try to scan him out, rather than just giving you a special base, but rather it tells you the compatibility amiibo selections of list, by the way. And then as soon as we're able to proceed to OK, rather than just giving you a new base for your amiibo or even an unlockable extra character, instead you're able to receive these Mario Party points based off of what scratch cards you'll be able to be getting. So in this case, oh sweet, we got ourselves 50 points. First time ever that we finally got ourselves our 50 points, even though this is all depending on random luck-based elements, by the way. So yeah, there's another way you can able to get yourselves some more Mario Party points and stuff like that, which behaves exactly like party points in, you know, in Mario Party 9 and Mario Party Island Tour, and even especially noticeable with the Super Mario Party as well, if you want to count that. So yeah, let's focusing on the last thing we want to show off in terms of Mario Party 10 has to offer, and that is of course Toad's Room. Think of like the museum from Mario Party 9, as well as collectibles in Mario Party Island Tour and all the other stuff. That's basically in here you get yourselves a freebie shop mode, which basically once again, much like the previous Mario Party games for sure, this allows you to able to purchase any kinds of stuff. Mainly, 2 unlockable characters in a game category, plus the game calm difficulty master mode, and then you have to simply pay those Mario Party points depending on what activities you're going to be going through, like, you know, the actual Mario Party mode or anything like that. And also you're about to be purchasing some vehicles, which this time around there are about 10 of them rather than just 21. Well, unless if you want to count 15 in total in terms of those vehicles in mind. So either way, I just want to point it out for the amount of total that you can get. So it's a little bit more lesser this time around compared to Mario Party 9, and also much like in Mario Party 9, and especially noticeable for Island Tour, and even especially noticeable with you know, Super Mario Party, that you're able to yet again purchase the background music you're going to be hearing. And also we got ourselves the photo category, which you can able to purchase most of the character models, and especially noticeable with of course the background images based off from the boards, mini games, and all that stuff. And also you will able to actually purchase those different poses based off from, well, let's should say the party poses and also some action poses, and even especially noticeable with the standard you know, just normal poses in general. So even then though, that's which also needs to be purchased, by the way, which every time whenever you purchase the new character models and stuff during the well, we'll get into moments until later, because from now on we'll purchase quite a few poses in the end, and also a couple of backgrounds, which fundamentally we've actually got all of the backgrounds, so huzzah for that. But obviously, since we have not actually played this game for quite some time, so this means that, yeah, we haven't exactly purchased everything yet, so as a result, that we've not actually 100% the game yet. Speaking of which, actually, there's a bit of replayability for this game by simply going through Mario Party challenge list, which, you know, as we said before, this is like the achievement system, where basically, every time whenever you do some specific conditions, like, for example, in the Dice Mania, that in order to be able to get that achievement is by using 100 special dice blocks in any board game, so it doesn't matter which modes you're going to be playing through, so even then we've potentially got this during in Whimsical Waters, as you guys should know. And that way, not only does it give you an opportunity to accomplish those, you can also get yourselves the rewarded Mario Party points as well. And by the way, 4th time lucky is considerably one of the most difficult achievements to get, because most of the time it's all around luck based, as you probably guys should already know. But it's because of how the fact that they always attempt to get some very random determining numbers and stuff like that, so that's kind of difficult. There's also some other achievements based off from, you know, mini games and stuff, and as well as the forms of tons of modes you could be playing through, and all the other jazz. Some of them can be pretty easy in terms of mini games and stuff like that, in terms of achievements and such, but most of them can get really difficult at times, especially whenever we move on to, let's just say if we go all the way down Piglets, as far as we like to point that out. Yeah, we've recently got ourselves the glorious Speed Rafter, and especially notable for, you know, Pipe Sniper, as far as we're able to got those 2 achievements from, by lucky actually, by, you know, we actually did manage to showcase those mini games during, you know, in yesterday's video. So either way though, yeah, stick the landings right there. This is another one of the difficult achievements to get. You need to get like specifically 200 points to able to achieve that, so yeah, something's worth mentioning. So next up is the photo studio, where you can able to actually look on the albums of your photos, as you can see right there, despite the fact that we've already just made 2 of them. I believe you can only carry up to 30 album photos, I'm presuming, according to the forms of those dotted little columns and stuff. But if you're trying to get onto the photo mode, this is where the actual interesting thing comes into play. That if you have to use the Wii U gamepad, by the way, in order to be able to control a thing, and basically you can able to place not only the Mario characters, like as you can see we got Toad and Toadette, but also you can able to scan your amiibos, as you can see, so that way we can able to actually see the actual entire thing in action. Like for instance, we got the Mario and Luigi amiibo, so if you manage to try and able to go for the standard amiibo figure, you can simply just tap it twice. But then, as soon as you realize that since we got ourselves the normal movement Mario instead of amiibo statue of Mario, that also means is the fact that you can able to tap the amiibo twice, or scan the amiibo twice, so that way you can able to actually just to get that, you know, between the statue or the real version of themselves. So either way though, you can able to do that, and as you can see on the Mario amiibo that we've got ourselves a bronze base. And also, if you actually just manage to press, I would say, the shoulder buttons or something, I don't know, it has been, you know, donkey's years since we've actually played this mode. As you can see, we can able to change the different backdrops, which I think is actually pretty cool, which, relatively speaking, that way you can able to actually get the gist of it. And also, when we hold the Wii U gamepad just in front, that's we have to do some sort of like a motion kind of stuff. You can either change the actual blurriness or anything like that with the left stick, or you can able to actually zoom in within your right analog stick. And also, if you're trying to press the ZL button, then you can able to let the characters pose. Mainly, the forms of waving high, but despite the fact that we have doing a bad timing right there, so give me some sort of a joyful posing, you two. In this case, a love couple between Toad and Toadette, which, by the way, I have to say I'm pretty glad that we actually get a choice to have a chance to play those two again after the events of, you know, Star Rush and stuff like that. Even though, sadly to tell you, is the fact that this is the final Mario Party game, console department-wise, that Toad and Toadette will become playable. Enjoying when it gets to the point where in Mario Party Star Rush it has that. And by the way, you can also send this into your Miiverse as well, but since this is still 2020, this also means that, yeah, looks like the Miiverse is no longer functioning, which just kind of sucks, but either way though, back in the day, it does look pretty cool if you're able to actually send those messages into the entire community. So yeah, that's pretty cool stuff, and even then though, despite the fact that the Miiverse itself has 5 years lifespan, so... And also, during the photo album, you can also just manage to go ahead and select the slideshow if you want to able to see a couple of photos on screen. So even then, at this point in time, we got 3 photos as you can see on screen. So yeah, just for little distractions, I suppose. And also you can view them on Miiverse photos, but then again, the Miiverse is no longer functioning. And speaking of Miiverse, you can also just manage to change the settings to display or do not display. But since we actually selected do not display, this also means is the fact that our Miiverse posts will be no longer loading. So, at least back in the day in 2015, they did manage to at least showcase the Miiverse posts every time whenever you go onto certain modes, like, you know, in Mario Party mode, or Bowser Party mode, or anything like that, which, I have to say though, some of these pictures still look very, very hilarious at the same time. And also, much like before, you were able to listen to the background music, as you can clearly hear, based off from, you know, the modes, maps, or even in this case, some boards, mini games, and all the other jazz and all that stuff. There's one little problem I have with the music selection this time around, which also same applies for, let's just say in Mario Party, Star Rush, the Top 100, and Super Mario Party, is the fact that they don't usually have character voice clips anymore, which is kind of underwhelming, I should say, because we're no longer going to be hearing the some cool voice clips from any other character, but I thought it was worth mentioning because of how the fact that I feel like this is kind of a nitpicking for that point, especially noticeable how the fact that it's kind of a shame that we can't able to hear some of those voice clips from any other character. But either way though, that's why we get ahead of ourselves at this point, you know. But it was that if you really want to listen to some cool music in this game, but either way, you get the idea for this point. So either way though, I suppose the final thing we should probably show off in terms of not only for the sake of the films of the grand finale portion of this Let's Play, but we might able to actually just, well, just hit on to the last thing, and then this entire Let's Play of Mario Party 10 will be finished. And also, for the sake of time, Picklets, is the fact that this will be the conclusion of the NDQ Mario Party series from now on, in terms of our Let's Play channels and stuff. Because at this point in time, it's the fact that we've actually done 6 of them right now. So relatively speaking, it's the fact that I know you guys are probably gonna say, go back to the past and play Mario Parties 1 through 8. Well, we're gonna say this right now, yes, we're about to do those. Until at some point, likely on August, which will be Mario Party 1. So, either way though, I hope you guys may be able to look forward to this, so... Anyways, let's give our final thoughts of Mario Party 10 compared to the other games in the series. I will say though, as far as most people seem to think, they're gonna agree me to this, that this is by far is one of the weakest and probably is the most disappointing games in terms of the Mario Party console games. But I will say though, this game is a hell of a lot more better than the likes of Mario Party Advance, at least to me anyway though, but either way though, let's get into the forms of the main modes themselves. And by the way, before we get onto that, the actual credit sequence, as you can see, plays out pretty much differently than the ones in Mario Party 9, Island Tour, Star Rush, and the Top 100, and even Super Mario Party, that you can able to actually take control of the actual credit sequence this time around, which all it does is basically is that you can able to just throw the dice, and depending on what characters you're going to be getting, then, well, specifically the playable characters most likely, they'll able to stand onto one of those podiums, as you can see, such as, of course, we got Peach, Yoshi, Wario, and Waluigi and Toadette so far. So relatively speaking, it's just all for bragging rights, I suppose, in terms of likely doing this kinds of stuff. Yeah, by simply pressing the A button between either the Wii Remote or the Wii U Gamepad, it doesn't really matter what control types you're going to be using, so... But every once in a while though, you might able to come across into those Bowser marks, which actually send us some Bowser minions and stuff, including Bowser himself. But yeah, let's get into the actual good stuff. The positive things we can think of about this game is that, I actually have to admit though, the Bowser Party mode was actually probably the better mode, in terms of how Mario Party 10 actually offers us to, because it did something different to the table back in 2015, and also they tried something a little bit more different for the change of differ. Well, Mario Party mode is okay. I mean, it plays out very similar to 9, even though it's not my kind of gameplay of choice compared to the ones and how it does in what we used to in the old days. And usually relatively speaking, the visuals do look very, very... Whoa! Speaking of Bowser, there he is right here. Anyway, so yeah, what was another positive thing? Oh yeah, the visuals look really, really gorgeous, especially this is the first time ever in a Mario Party game to feature in HD graphics, which I would say for a Wii U title, it looks really, really good. And the soundtrack, it was okay and such, even though I had never actually listened to some of them, mind you, because, well, most of the time I just preferred the old school Mario Party music, like the GameCube ones. Like the GameCube soundtrack in terms of Mario Party games, they are so good. Especially in the N64 trilogies, don't forget. So, oh, we got Toad left. Hopefully we can get him eventually. Yeah, I digress. Some minigames are pretty fun though, like for instance, let's just say Rapid River Race, that's actually a good time, as well as Paintball Battle, and even most notably Fuzzy Flyers and stuff like that, that is also really good. And the boards themselves, they're alright. I mean, the best one out of them all though, it was definitely Chaos Castle. But I will say Mushroom Park is easily the most boring first boards in the whole entire Mario Party history in my opinion. Just because it doesn't have a lot more exciting going on, and as far as you guys should already know, it usually becomes over before it even starts out. Well, besides that though, and also that, I would say the controls do look really, felt very, very good most of the time. And even then though, that's what I can say about it. So, apart from those side of things though, there are quite a lot of things. There are some negative stuff about this game, such as, well, of course, the Amiibo Party is definitely one of the weaker modes in terms of all three main modes in Mario Party 10, because they did bring back the classic gameplay style for we all know and love, but they managed to scale it down even to a worse degree. And also, because of how the fact that there are some minigames that are quite enjoyable, there are some other minigames that we're really not big fan of. Like, for instance, Bob Bomb Combo, I'm not overly keen on that, and even including Fruits Cahoots, one of our least favorite minigames, which as a result, it was the only luck-based minigame we despised the most. But apart from those side of things though, also the bonus games. Whatever happened to the bonus games department? There are, well, except for Bowser Challenge, which I think it still is the highlight on that mode. But what happened to the rest? Like Bowser Jr. challenges? What's the point of that? And also, not only that, the replayability, much like in Mario Party Island Tour, and even Super Mario Party, despite Super Mario Party does have a lot of modes, and same applies to Star Rush as well. But let's just say, in both this and Mario Party the Top 100, and even Island Tour does have a lack of replayability sometimes. And even a little bit in 9, but either way though, that's as far as we can usually say about this for the most part though. Some people think it's the most disappointing game in the series, which is true, but either way though, we find it okay, not the best game in the world, but even then though, they certainly did try, even by the forms of how the fact that, well, ironically, Mario Party 10 is the only Mario Party game to be released on the Wii U. No sequels or anything, so even then it's super bizarre, especially because the Wii U is not doing so well. So yeah, I think simply to say, that's all we can say about the forms of Mario Party 10. So this is me, Piglet, and Sonic the Hedgehog here from the Maxi Toys. And as far as I will promise you guys out there, we will promise you we're able to do our redo Let's Plays of every single Hudson Soft Mario Party games, 1 through 8. and we'll promise you guys it will get a lot more better. And as a result, that pretty much concludes every single ND Cube Mario Party titles, so hope you guys do enjoy it, and from now on, we'll see you guys until likely sooner or later. Yep, see you guys then. Bye.